Welcome back to the NZ Nomad Runner podcast. It's great to be here. Great to have you here with us. This podcast is supported by CMF Run Club members. Without you guys, making this podcast would not be possible. So thank you very much for your support today. We are starting our Tarawera Ultra Q&As. We're going to do a series of them. Not sure how many. Depends on you guys, how many questions you guys ask. So today is, episode 1 of the Tarawera series for the 2026 running of the event.
Exciting times. Here we are, like 6 weeks out from Tarawera. It's getting close. It's getting to those key weeks. You may find that your thoughts are all consuming with Tarawera. And that can be anything from the 24K to the 100 miler, depending on where you are in your running journey or what the purpose of the race is.
Totally.
Yeah.
A lot of our, especially like right now, so we're recording this on about the 3rd of January. We're actually at a dock regional park in the bus, having a few days away. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of our miler runners are doing big missions. They're sort of evening to night simulation sessions tonight.
Yeah,
we've got a number of runners around the country doing night runs. There's a big group run happening in Palmerston North at the Manawatu Gorge that Coach Holly's leading, and there's quite a crew showing up for that.
Yeah, the Palmy crew are just next level on the community.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, you really are.
So awesome to have you guys as part of the team. And we've got some, a few in Auckland as well, doing runs in the likes of Chora Park and out in Shakespeare as well, north of Auckland. So pretty cool.
Yeah, exciting times.
Upcoming, we have the Rotorua Tarawera Training Weekend. If you're keen on that, hit us up. It's open for CMF Run Club members only, so we can organise it all internally, as we do have a shared house and that kind of thing. That is on the weekend of 23rd, 24th and 25th of January. So that's 3 weeks before event weekend. There's an optional Friday run if you're there early enough, about an hour, 60, 75 minutes. Saturday tends to be Okataina to the Redwoods, which is part of the 100k and 100 miler course. That is 3.5 to 5 hours, I believe, depending. All levels welcome. And then Sunday tends to be an out and back on the Tarawera Trail, which is part of the miler course. And that's pretty cool, the out and back, because that can be anywhere from 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on what you're training for. And, if you're doing an hour and a half, then you just simply turn around at the 45-minute mark.
Yeah, or just even if you're doing the same amount of distance, obviously you can just travel less or more, is also a thing that could happen. Out and back, you just turn around at the time that you're meant to and go back home.
Yeah. Run Club members, we've got a Tarawera chat in the CMF Discord server. So, just let us know if you can. The house is about half full now. We've got about 8 or 10 spots in the house. So, secure your spot for that. And if you're, traveling, if you're from the region or maybe you're zipping down and up from Auckland just for the Saturday, you're welcome to do that sort of stuff too. So, open to that. And if you're not a Run Club member and you want to join to be a part of that, then just hit the link in the description there for the Run Club. Just $60 for a year's membership.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for those obviously doing the 100k and the miler. But obviously, if you're doing the 50k, you're more than welcome to go along as well.
Yeah. So last year we actually did have separate runs running for the 50k runners too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So Char led the 50kers. What did you guys do on Saturday?
I believe we did, Blue Lake to the finish.
Oh, yes.
And then on
key part of the 50k.
Yeah, that's right. And then on Sunday, we just did the out and back along the Tarawera Trail. So yeah, that's about the runs, but we got some few other little things like the merch.
Yes, team, if you want to get your merch orders in from our Digites store, then yeah, around about now is probably a good time to start ordering to get that back in time for Tarawera. Once they go back to work after their Christmas break and whatnot and start making gear again.
Yes.
So yeah, now's a good time while you're twiddling your thumbs in sort of holiday period.
Maybe a little bit tired from your training, so you're on your phone a bit more, and you're like, oh, maybe scroll and have a look on these on CMF merch website. There's lots of colours, lots of designs. It's really cool gear. A few sayings that we have a lot. Don't think, just run. Stay in the moment.
Yeah, a few awesome mantras that are on the back of the gear.
Yeah, which we may speak to in the podcast coming up in terms of how they could be actually handy and how to use those mantras.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, yeah, on to today's Q&As.
Awesome. Yeah, we got these questions from the Run Aotearoa Facebook page. So thanks for sending or commenting your questions. So, yeah, we've got few questions that we're going to answer, which
for today,
and yeah, they're good questions, and I feel probably relevant to quite a few of us.
Yes.
So should we kick it off?
So yeah, team as well, just chuck in some questions for the next one in the comments below, whether it's YouTube or Spotify. Just throw your comments in for the next episode and we can get to them for the next one. So the first one is Kayla. Here is the question: taking on the T50 for the first time and am just going out to finish. Has been on my bucket list for ages, and as of this year am completely new to running. What's your biggest piece of advice mindset wise for someone that is going into this distance completely green? For reference, I've done a couple of halves, never done a marathon.
Stepping up to the ultra. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I did this. No, I didn't do this, but yeah, I think it is quite a common thing.
I think you did, which is what I did too. You did the marathon to 100k.
I did.
Skip the 50k.
Skip the 50k. So,
I did that too.
Yeah. So it is a thing of missing a distance, which is totally cool. But yes, good question.
So yeah, this individual is completely new to running as of this year. So it would have been as of 2025, I'm guessing.
Yes, that's for sure.
Not as of 2026.
Not 3 days of running.
Yeah. Done a couple of halves, never a marathon. So yeah, pretty new to running. Yeah.
Mindset, I guess. I guess one of the things that we sort of like to, I guess not preach, but like to say to our runners is and ourselves as well, if you do the training, then you're ultimately going to be in the best shape that you can be for the day. So in training, obviously it trains our physical, our fitness, our cardiovascular system, our muscular system, to get us to the start line in the best possible physical shape. But also in training, training can be challenging. You're going to do hard things, not grueling hard, but necessarily. But you're going to, be outside your comfort zone, whether it's going into the forest for the first time, or just doing the most training consistently that you've ever done in your life.
That thing of getting up and doing your run or your outing when you don't feel like it as well.
Yeah, it's a very classic.
Maybe it'll be very hot outside or maybe it'll be rainy.
Yeah, for sure. And we all start off our training with a hiss and a roar, oh my gosh, I just signed up to this race and maybe I've got this plan or this coach and we're just yeah, let's go. But obviously nothing lasts forever. And we get tired or, it becomes a new norm. Obviously new shiny things, like a coach or a training plan, the newness does shine off and then you just have to get onto, the grind of the training.
Doing the process.
And, I think that, you do your training pushes you, pushes you, and then you'll like build up confidence, and then maybe on race day you draw from that session, or just the fact that you've completed the training plan.
The confidence is there.
Yeah.
And you've trained your mindset too in training.
Definitely, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like you just, you've picked up mindset skills really without even realizing it as such, because maybe like you said, you got through that hard session, or you've just like completed the plan, and it's been like, wow, I've really achieved this good thing. I'm ready, I can do this. You've got the positive sort of mindset. You kind of know, and also you're going to find out stuff about yourself, like in terms of your capability. And sometimes we're not as good as we think we are, and sometimes we're better than we think we are, and sometimes we're just right, and if you know those kind of facts about yourself, then you can just race your own race. You can only do your best. You can't do the person next to you's best, or the person in front of you's best, or the person behind you's best. Your best. And I think that's, if you remember that, you'll have a good day, and you'll race the process. You still have fun, obviously, and like talk to others and help others and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's a really key part. You're kind of armed with facts about your ability and your mind, and what you're like in hard situations, and what you're like when it's fun. You've got all this information about yourself. And so, that's a big key part of it. And then there's sort of other things on top of that.
Yeah. So do the training is the key message. I think, no amount of mindset can get you through. Technically speaking, yes, mindset alone could carry you through bugger all training through any event, but that would be pretty not very nice, isn't it?
Well, just being like stubborn.
And it might not carry you through as well, actually, because there's a high chance of DNFing as well for various reasons through lack of training, isn't it?
Well, and ultimately, like, you could also complete it and then be like, that was a shit time, and you're never doing that again.
Yeah, or come out with a big injury.
It's you want, I guess you do want an element of like, stubbornness or ego, or, that kind of thing, because, when the going gets tough, maybe that will help you, but also you want all these other positive things around you.
Definitely.
And I think something that also kind of sprang to my mind is like, envisioning yourself doing the race. So envision yourself on the 50K, your first 50K. You're going to do this, it's going to, you're sort of going through it in your mind. You're playing the race out in your mind. And it doesn't mean like in this, your imagination, you're like, you're not like way up here and you're not way down there. You're just like, I'm going to, go out cruising, and I'm at this aid station, I'm going to be a bit quicker, and the station I'm going to be a bit longer, like, especially if you're green, someone like yourself, Kayla, like, I'm not sure what you're kind of envisioning on how long you're planning on being out there, but if it's, for the longer period of time, then obviously you're going to have to, like, take those breaks, make sure that you're fueled enough. If you're kind of in that sort of, 6 to 8 hours, 8.5 hours, then like it's a bit more, it is actually, a bit more smoother, a bit more faster, doesn't require maybe having so many sit down breaks and sort of needing to get up off the chair. But,
if you're like a 9 hours, and over, then there's a lot more of a hiking element to the 50K, isn't there? There's a lot more, hiking involved, and it's different kind of race starts to change a bit, eh? So, and that's part of the training as well for Kayla, would be to just start to get a sense on what she feels her race intensity is,
Yeah. And any time, like, I think also you just have to remind yourself, like, at the end of the day, whether for someone like yourself, Kayla, or anyone that's obviously listening to this podcast, like, at the end of the day, you're running 50Ks, going out there doing 50Ks, and or further, or you're a first timer on the 24K. Like, it's still a long way. A lot of people doesn't do this kind of stuff. So, whether you're 5 hours or 14 hours, like, you've achieved an awesome thing. And it's just, racing your ability. I think it makes for a good day out, even though, we always want to be faster. I want to be faster, but I'm not, don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah, so race and train for your ability.
Yeah.
One of the key messages. And with it being Kayla's first time, like for example, maybe you're planning on being out there 8, 9, 10 hours, make sure you get some long hikes in. Especially your first time, so you're not used to being on your feet for 5, 6 plus hours. So definitely get some hikes in January, like now, of that long 5 and 6, couple of them, just to get that conditioning on the legs. Awesome. Well, I hope that answers.
Oh, I was just gonna. I love mindset. Sorry if you can't tell, but yeah, I just referred to it with the merch, like having mantras.
Oh yes, that's right.
So yeah, we have. It's not like you have to use these ones, but we have a few in CMF that it's like, don't think, just run. Well, don't, and it's just, don't overthink your running, basically, like, or what you should be doing. Like, obviously, you want to think about it to some extent, but if you're
not if it's limiting you getting out the door, because I have to have the right route or the right shoes or the right watch or the whatever. What do I look like? Or I've got to get out there.
Just put it out there and do the hard stuff.
Yeah, don't think and just run.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to do it.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
That was your one, eh?
Yes, it was. Just run. Because I like to overthink. So yeah.
My favourite is the one that's on the back of my hoodie. Stay in the moment. That's always been a favourite mantra of mine, and that can be just awesome for life as well, right? Just staying in the moment, living in the moment. That's always been useful for me, and in the race setting, it's always been useful for me, especially when we're like halfway through a race or 2/3 for a race, we start, the head can start future tripping a bit, and you start doing maths on what's my time going to be, and and you're sort of diverting quite a lot of energy there, and we're just staying in the moment and following the process is going to actually lead to me completing my race in the faster time anyway.
Yeah, and plus you just get to enjoy it. You have to be right where your feet are, and your feet are at K1, 15, 25, 46, 52, enjoy it. I like that as well. Another thing I like to say is have fun.
That's our other mantra.
Yeah, it's another.
We use quite a bit.
Yes, have fun. Again, have fun in the enjoyable and in the challenging. Don't take yourself too seriously. Spread the joy. Say well done to the person you've passed. Say hello to people. Relax into the race. Have fun, because ultimately that also gives you energy. You have to see past your own kind of, plan sometimes. Just see out there. Yeah.
Another thing we were talking about before we recorded was if you have a sort of spiritual life or some kind of God of your understanding or whatever that might be for you. If you don't, that's fine too. But if you do, then that's a cool thing to tap into in terms of mindset out there on the trails as well.
100%. Yeah,
that can help sort of achieve those things of staying in the moment and prayer. Some people use prayer, and
I've used it. I've used prayer. Just to ask to stay in the moment and just like to do my best, because you kind of, especially like when a race starts, right? There's so much adrenaline and energy, and then you're just like get a few Ks in, and then you're like, just help me just do this race, can be really, or and also in a hard spot as well, like maybe you, even though it's not good to like be, if you're not going to get your A time for whatever, it's just like, helping to get past that and then just still have a good strong finish can be really helpful.
Yeah, it can help you change the focus through a dark period and that kind of thing, or refocus your race. Yeah.
So awesome question, Kayla. Good work and all the best for your first 50K, and have fun.
Okay, on to the next one. Amanda, I'm tackling my first T50. What's the best strategies for eating during the race? I know the aid stations will have snacks/food, etc. I'm currently training to eat with 4 slices of bread with Marmite and cheese, but keen to hear what's been your go-to snacks and food. Thank you from a very hungry runner. That's pretty much what trail running is, right? Just a bit of running, eating, run, eat.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a great topic. We've actually done a podcast on this before, so check it out. It might not be on YouTube and Spotify. It might just be on one or the other. But, yeah, go on and have a look for it. It was titled Ultramarathon Fueling, and we've done fueling for running and stuff. There's other podcasts on there where we've sort of covered this sort of stuff as well.
We'll put a link in the description, hey?
We'll try.
Okay.
Will you do it? No. We'll try and do that. Yeah, so one of the key things that influences fueling or how you fuel on the race day is how long you're planning on being out there. So the fueling for someone that's 4.5, 5 hours, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, their fueling is going to be different from that person that's 8 hours, 8.5, 9, 10, that kind of thing. So general rule of thumb is the longer you're out there, the more sort of food that you end up eating. And I feel like so when I did the 50k a couple of years ago, I was about 5 hours, and I predominantly liquid fueling, gels, had some Coke at the aid stations, bit of banana, and that was about it. Yeah, it's hotter, so using more like liquid fueling in the heat, so I'm getting hydration and fueling at the same time. And work rate tends to be a bit higher because you're in that 5 hour kind of brackets, a bit more tempo-y. So using easily digestible things like gels and bananas and Coke and that kind of thing.
For sure. Yeah, and I think it's really important that you obviously use what you've trained on. Don't just suddenly change your food, and also just fueling appropriately throughout your training, because ultimately, like your digestive system needs to get used to consuming calories under stress, especially obviously if you're a bit faster. And again, if you're out for longer, like Chris said, I think just increasing the food choices, but definitely training on what you've used. And I think this is something that what you have going into this race might not be your forever. It's a bit of a I've used quite a lot of things, especially when it comes to the food variety. Like I went through a huge Danish. I used heaps of Danishes for my top 100k. I've had like Cliff bars, OSM bars, and I'm a big fan of Tailwind. I use Tailwind a lot. So that's always a good thing, especially like with Chris here when it's hot. And it's a good sort of base sort of calories, 200 calories, 500 mils. You can increase it if you want to. But it's a good go-to. But I think it's just, so I'd suggest things like, what I said, like, it's bars, you can have sandwiches, chips,
practicing and training as well, like what is at the aid stations. So the things like the crisps, and there are some lollies, and there's some like little brownie things. And so maybe just in some of your key big outings that you do, just using a couple of those things just in your run to see how it works for you. And then you've got an idea of what's at the aid stations. And I know they have neck bars and stuff as well at the aid stations, don't they? The like Stroop waffle, I think they are, or the little waffle neck things, or the neck bars. So I mean, I'm not a fan of the neck drink mix that they have at the stations, mainly because it doesn't mix very well in those big things compared to as if you're mixing it at home on your own. Not such a fan. I would recommend using your own liquid fueling. But the bars and the gels, they're at the station. Maybe grab some of them, like grab some from Fuel Me or wherever they're available, and give them a go. And because then that can deload like half of your fueling requirements from what you need to carry, and because you know that's at the aid stations, and then it's just sort of piecing together the other special things that you want to carry with you. Maybe like the Marmite and cheese sandwiches, that kind of thing. Although if it's really hot, like those kind of items might not fare so well in the bag. Maybe
Start sweating.
Yeah, they're just have you ever pulled out on a real hot day and you pulled out your your Glad bag with your sandwiches and it's just like, oh my god, that doesn't look good. Yeah. So just consider like those kind of things as well. After you've been out on the trails for 5 hours, that Marmite and cheese sandwich might not look or taste, or just those kind of things will be hard to handle as well. So yeah, it just depends, or maybe it's the crew who's bringing it for you at Blue Lake, in which case, yep, that's cool. They can keep it, cool and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think like if I'm, for those ones that are like runners that are like 10 plus hours, like, another couple of good ideas could be things like 10 ginger nuts or potatoes or, McDonald's. Like it depends on like how, like how much you get pellet fatigue as well. If you're the type of person that can't eat the same thing, which is probably a lot of us, but, like can't eat the same thing for 12 hours, then you're going to have quite a lot of variety. But yeah, it's just having a think about that kind of stuff. And hopefully that's giving you a few ideas of what to do, what to think about. But yeah, generally having some sort of liquid, whether it's the Tailwinds or actually fizzy drink, obviously as well, is really a good idea. And then having some sort of bar, having some sort of like substance food, whether it's sandwiches, potatoes, noodles, that kind of thing. And then maybe some sort of like biscuit, ginger nuts, Oreos, that kind of thing could be.
Yeah, these are just all options, yeah. And just sort of do the maths on like, how much, liquid and fueling that you're going to use per hour roughly, and sort of work backwards from there. And so we generally recommend a minimum of 200 calories per hour on the ultra setting, which is 50 grams of carbs. That's at a minimum. A lot of our runners will get them up to sort of 70, 80 grams of carbs per hour, depending on what they're doing and the intensity and that kind of thing. So just some things to think about there. And we did just do a podcast with Hannah Presswood, our very last podcast on nutrition and fueling for running.
Awesome.
There'll be some good stuff in there. And also you could check out the other one. Actually, I just had a thought of the
so many.
There's a number of fueling podcasts that we've already done, and just the one on my 100 miler last year. So the one on my Tarawera 100 miler last year, I think it was titled "Fueling for a 100-mile Race." That was a really good one too, and it gave you some insights into what I fueled with my race day, and how much I took and how it changed over the day and night and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously it gets more complicated when you get into the 100k and 100 mile, but essentially can be
same rule of thumbs apply, isn't
exactly.
it? The longer you're out there, the more variation is required, basically.
Yes.
Blue Lake as well. They'll have the pizzas. Just a nice little thing about Tarawera. The Blue Lake aid station has Domino's pizzas, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And what else? Anything else? I was going to say, got noodles as well.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
noodles on the cup.
I think that's enough options, because we don't need to have like
so many options.
Yeah, don't need to have like 50 different things, but just a few solid things and a few. Having a think about how long you're going to be out there for.
Yes.
And
So have an awesome run, Amanda. Tracy, I'm doing the T102, wondering if I should be thinking about a change of clothing somewhere on the course. I did the Taupo 70k and just did a shoe/sock change around the 50k mark. A change of clothing.
Somewhere on the course. Hopefully at an aid station.
Full change of clothing.
Hopefully at an aid station.
Changing clothing at aid stations recommended versus on the course. It's just easier.
Yeah, because you can have your drop bag there with your change of clothes. But yeah, I think this a common a big aid station is Okataina. It's about 60 k's in, just under.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a drop bag there. It's
a lot of people are hitting it during the day, eh? You're sort of hitting it anywhere from lunchtime to mid to late arvo, depending on where you are in the field. So in the hot heat of the day.
Yeah, and you're just obviously going to before you go up the hill. So it's just could be a good. I've changed my clothes. I'm getting, even though you're over halfway, you kind of got that last bit to go, last marathon to go. It could sort of jolt you into let's go kind of mode.
So yeah, the answer to this question, is sort of similar to the fielding stuff as well. It all depends on how long you plan on being out there, eh? Like,
sure.
So if you're, at the pointier end, you're not even changing anything. You're literally, if you're like, even I would say anyone 13 hour 100Kers and under, you're not even changing your shoes really. You're just literally doing what you need to do at the aid station, restocking your bag, changing your bottles, whatever. And in most cases, if you're a heavy sweater, maybe you'll just maybe you've been in a singlet for the first part of the day and you change into a shirt and that's it, just so you feel more comfortable. But yeah, most folks in that sort of end of the field wouldn't change. Maybe if it was like a pouring down with the rain day, you might put dry socks and dry shoes on. It's another one like where that scenario would be of benefit for that type of runner.
For sure.
But yeah, if you're like solid mid pack or rare pack runner, or maybe you're going to be 16, 18 hours, then it's just personal preference, on the change of clothing or how much you change. And it's just all about you being comfortable. If it's going to have a positive, anytime we do anything in the race that's a non-running thing, spending some time to do something, it's sort of like, is this going to be of benefit to my overall race? So if spending 5 minutes changing your shorts and your shirt and your socks and your shoes is going to make you feel $1,000,000, then you're going to make up that 10 minutes because you're just going to feel so good and so much fresher. So it just depends. You just weigh that up based on your own personality and priorities. And if you're a heavy sweater, then maybe that's of benefit to you as well.
For sure. And I was just thinking, like, it's actually okay not to change your shoes or in your clothes in 100K. Like, it's okay to race in the same outfit and same socks the whole way. Like, I think,
even if you are 16 or 18, it's personal preference.
Like this sort of thing of like, needing to change something in a race that's an ultra isn't actually a requirement or a thing you have to do.
Yeah, we don't have to look good or like put on a different shirt. So we don't have to do any of that.
No, and I think it just speaks to like I echo what Chris says about the sweating and like the time out there. And if it's going to enhance your race, but if it's just going to be neither here nor there, and you're just doing it because you can,
or you think you should,
you think you should, then don't. It's all good to wear the same clothes, outfit, socks, shoes, for the entire 100K race.
Yep.
So just bear that in mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
Personal preference. Yeah. But drop bags at Okataina. Good place to put stuff like that. And same with Blue Lake. Blue Lake's a good place to have a drop bag if you haven't got a crew. If you got a crew, then they can just bring your stuff with them. Yeah,
and I was just going to say also, like, if, first 100K, like, things like your feet may start hurting at, like, 80Ks in. So, like, this doesn't also mean that you need to change your shoes. I know when I did my 100K, like, my feet started hurting probably around 75Ks. And I didn't change my shoes. So it's just like, if sometimes, often discomfort is kind of normal for 100K races as well. and obviously don't want you to be in extreme discomfort and just like, you know, having this blister. And Charlotte said that I shouldn't change my shoes. I don't need to. It's just
if you can feel something really bad going on, or you feel like it's going to get worse quite quickly, then definitely do something about it.
But yeah, just like things like, you know, a little bit of pain or even a moderate bit of pain in like your feet doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with your shoes or anything like that. It just means that you've run 180.
Yeah, it just means you're doing an ultra.
It means you're doing an ultra. You've run 80 Ks.
That's what you signed up for.
80 Ks and you've got 22 to go. Dig it in. You're doing fine. Have fun.
Yeah. This is the process. Yeah.
So that's also pretty normal.
Yeah. Good shout.
Yeah.
Have an awesome race, Tracy. Have we covered everything? I think she's good.
Yeah.
Have an awesome race. Guys, if anyone listening to this wants to just engage any like us or any of our CMF coaches just for a one-off consult to talk about your race for Tarawera, you can do that. We offer that as a thing. One-off consults might be to help plan your race or have one-on-ones to answer any questions you have like this. So just get in touch with us if you're keen on that.
Yeah, if you're thinking too much and you're thinking and running as opposed to don't think and just run, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if the bandwidth is getting too much for you.
Just keeping up at night.
Yeah. ChatGPT's not quite doing it for you.
No, he's not quite getting there. But
the connection, the personal connection with ChatGPT is not quite there. You've
gone down several rabbit holes with ChatGPT and you're still a bit worried and anxious.
He's confused you more.
Yeah. So
yeah, just give us a shout. We're happy to help with that kind of stuff. Jan, for the 100K, can you give an estimate of how much is forestry road and single track and other?
We had a look on the website. You didn't see the percentages.
Yeah, used to have percentages back in the day, didn't they? But yeah, so an estimate. So broadly speaking, as well, by the way, we do have 100K. We do have 100K. We've got years worth of Tarawera content on the NZ No Matter Runner podcast. We do have 100K video from last year's course. Although this year there is a slight change in the course in the middle sections, some improvements, I believe, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, it's going to tell the same story. Most of the course is the same. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we can run through, I mean, broadly speaking, that start to Okataina, which is that 58-ish, 59-ish Ks that we were talking about before, most of that course is forestry road, Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of it is. There's a couple of, there is some sections. There's a bit of single trail at the very, there's some grass at the start, bit of single trail, then it's on the forestry roads for most of it. Forestry roads, or sometimes it's like forestry track kind of stuff as well. Generally not your sort of single trail weaving kind of stuff.
You mean like 4-wheel drive tracks?
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah. So a bit narrow, not quite your traditional forestry road type stuff. Then you got a bit of single trail again around the outlet section, which I think is around the 27K mark in the 100K, which is where you pass the Tarawera Falls just after the outlet station. So you got some beautiful native bush and single trail around there, and you'll pass the falls. Take a moment to appreciate that bit of trail and stuff. It's really nice. But and then it's forestry road. I think a lot. We don't know what the new bit of the course is going to be. We might find out as we get closer. And then after after Okataina, then you are you're into the Western Okataina walkway, which is that 14K stretch to Miller Road. That's beautiful native bush. Then you're up to Miller Road, which is around that 72K mark. And then after that, it's just a combination of you got some road bits, you got some gravel road, you got some road, you got some boardwalks, you've got some technical single trail, like a short patch of technical rooty single trail.
Yeah.
Right before you go around Blue Lake.
Only a bit of technical single trail in the whole entire course, really.
Yeah. Then you go around the Blue Lake, and that's like nice native bush, single trail, good running. Hey, that Miller Road really for Okataina to the finish. That 60 k's onwards is beautiful. A lot of variation, a lot of single trail, a lot of native bush.
Apart from Tennant's track, it's either it's really smooth running. Like it's either forestry road or lovely single trail.
Not quite as much elevation too. Once you get past Miller Road, anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then then you sort of get to that sort of 7k, 10k's out, some undulating stuff. Then you're dropping into redwoods, down the stairs, and then you got 7k's of flat along Sulphur Point. So we'll probably do another 100k video. If not, there's that one there. I'm going into more detail, but that should give you a pretty good
a lot of
understanding
it is
of it.
A lot of it really is just quite runnable, like underfoot. Obviously you've taken count the elevations and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of it is good, nice running, whether it's on forestry road or single trail. It's not, apart from that one little bit of technical, it's not technical kind of trail. And I think it's pumice, so it drains quite well.
Pumice base, yeah.
So if we're having a summer like we are now where it's raining lots, this is a good thing. So it's not clay and so slipping and things like that.
It takes a lot of rain to turn Rotorua into a mud fest.
So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Does happen occasionally.
Yeah.
So that is our last question for this.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sending in your questions, guys. If anyone has any other questions, we are happy to do another podcast for you guys. So thanks everyone. Thanks guys in the Run Aotearoa group for sending in your questions. We appreciate it.
Yep. Drop them in the comments for the next one. We'd definitely keen to make more of these Q&A ones. If you're keen to continue this conversation with us in our CMF Discord server, our CMF community, consider becoming a CMF Run Club member. It's just $60 for a year's membership. That's like $1.15 per week. That is just ridiculous. Then we can just continue this conversation in Discord. You can ask the community and team of coaches your questions, and connect.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Get to know some friends ahead of your Tarawera.
We would love to have you
race.
Come join the CMF crew.
Yes. Forgot to mention as well, we will have a community shakeout run the day before race day. I think that's the 13th. It is. It's Friday the 13th.
That'd be good.
So Friday the 13th of February, the day before race day, after the Porphyry welcome. We do a run on the Friday morning, meeting at the Redwoods, and that's an open run, open to anyone. Anyone's welcome to come. So we'd love to see you there. We'll share more details on the specifics of the location and the time. I think it was around 8:30 a.m. last year, So be around at 8:30 a.m. meeting at the Redwoods. We do a nice gentle sort of 15, 20-minute 20.
Hopefully not Ks. I won't be there.
Gentle 15 to 20-minute run around the Redwoods. Have some good yarns. It's a nice way to shake out those nerves, not just having a shakeout run for the body. It's actually great for the nerves as well, and just connect with some other people, have some laughs, that kind of thing. So we'd love to see you guys there. If you're listening to the podcast and we don't know you, we'd love to see you there and meet and connect and get some photos, some team photos and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds fabulous.
Yeah, and then we will know who you are when we see you running by on the weekend, on the race weekend.
Yes, we will.
Char's doing the 50k, aren't you?
I
This
am.
is your second time doing the Tarawera 50k, isn't it? You did
Yes, it
it a
is.
few years ago.
I did in 23, so I'm coming back 3 years later.
Nice.
Yes, I'm getting excited and nervous and all the other feelings.
All the other normal things that we all get,
Tired.
no matter where we are in the field.
Tired but good. I'm good. I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, team, we will catch you on the next podcast. Thank you so much once again to our CMF Run Club members for your support, because without you guys, making this podcast would not be possible. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
See you on the next one.
Ya.
Bye.